I am Wendy Shawn Prince. This is the first part of a series about contemporary issues of equity and diversity in the Caribbean. In this episode, Microsoft Teams and inclusive education will be discussed. According to UNESCO 2020, all students have the right to an education. This statement made me consider how inclusive the education of our Caribbean students is. And I believe we must do more to make our students feel represented and allow them to be able to readily access learning content. Economic position, gender, race, skin color, sexual orientation, religious beliefs, and language restrict students from accessing inclusive education. Inequalities in education in the Caribbean are a result of the school's infrastructure, size, and student achievement. Inequalities in the socioeconomic position, gender, ethnicity, race, sexual orientation, and language prevent groups of students from gaining access to an education that fits their diverse needs. Disparities in access to education in the Caribbean are caused by lack of funding that is put into the education in some societies. The COVID-19 pandemic has revealed the need to address the digital divide, lack of resources, and other inclusion related challenges. During COVID-19, students dropped out of school, particularly in the high schools, vocational training institutions, and colleges, because lessons were halted and the students and the universities or learning institutions lacked access to educational tools, or the students' families' income were negatively impacted by the economic crisis. It also made it more difficult for younger students who struggled with online education to catch up. Differentiation is another problem, and Jane et al. Noted that instructors have had difficulty addressing all of their students' needs since they are sometimes overburdened with other concerns, resulting in the exclusion of certain groups from education. Zhang et al. 2020 observed that inclusive education provides individualized instructions and that equitable learning fulfills the needs of pupils. As a teacher, I agree that customizing teaching based on students' needs contributes to the development of an inclusive learning environment from which all students may benefit. To better comprehend equity, equality, and diversity in Caribbean education, it is necessary to comprehend the significance of inclusive education and its effects on students. Through inclusive education, biases and stereotypes are diminished, allowing equal access to education. A system of inclusive education recognizes what each student contributes to the learning environment and employs as many resources as possible to ensure their success. When students have fair access to the greatest educational opportunities, resources, and experiences, they can attain their highest potential. Understanding the distinctions between student groups is crucial for diversity. Consequently, policymakers in the Caribbean must encourage inclusive learning settings that include disabled students and other minority groups. They are at danger of exclusion due to discrimination, stigma, and the unwillingness of decision makers to invest in technological tools with a range of assistive features to accommodate these learners. To establish an inclusive learning environment, education leaders and educators must incorporate the emerging technology into their online courses with the use of videos, discussion boards, and audio-video conferencing. Examining whether the Caribbean's education system is equitable, diverse, and inclusive is necessary. It should attempt to alter how Caribbean educational institutions see diversity. Moreover, it must determine whether its educational system takes into consideration the many cultures of the Caribbean. Microsoft Teams is a powerful technological instrument that can support inclusive education. Microsoft Teams stimulates cooperation, communication, and engagement. It is a digital hub that connects conversations, information, assignments, and apps to provide collaborative learning environment, student involvement, and to promote professional learning communities. Microsoft Teams improves classroom and home school connections. It is inexpensive and straightforward to use with features that improve platform performance, and its characteristics enable learning environment organization, integration, interaction, communication, and collaboration. Word to text, closed captioning, chat and call functions, calendars and meeting platforms, Microsoft app integration, built-in security, document and file sharing, co-authoring and collaboration, breakout rooms, video audio meeting spaces, video conferencing, create, share, and edit functions, are some of the features of Microsoft Teams that make learning content accessible to all learners, regardless of their needs and learning styles. Al Samaray and Saeed 2018 claimed integrating Microsoft Teams into the curriculum eliminates barriers and restrictive boundaries and promotes easy access to course content which are saved in digital files. Microsoft Teams is easy to operate as it simply requires internet access, particularly at educational institutions, according to Tsuris et al. 2018. It promotes privacy and security for learners as only organization members may attend meetings and engage with students on the platform, making it ideal and safe. The featured chat allows real-time texting, and there is an opportunity for video conferencing with the class, individuals, or small groups. Microsoft Teams allows students to actively participate in their learning while the educator observes and administers summative and formative exams to assess student knowledge and tailor education to their needs. Microsoft Teams lets students lead presentations, engage in real time, share their ideas, reflect, and demonstrate their understanding. Microsoft Teams facilitates students access to drill and practice materials. Students may review materials and stream videos. I utilize Microsoft Teams reading progress feature to improve my students' reading comprehension. My children practice reading in a safe, student-centered environment. Students complete their tasks in the assignment section. Graded assignments provide immediate feedback for revision and reinforce concepts. Microsoft Teams works in real and virtual classroom to enhance instruction. Asynchronously, students may recover missed courses and hear others' perspectives. Students may use whiteboards during class presentations and communicate in class using video from external internet connections and text chat. Microsoft Teams is highly efficient in virtual and physical learning environments. Live courses and student interactions may be managed using Microsoft Teams. Interactive documents allow educators to establish personalized learning that helps self-directed and independent learners retain information. The platform lets educators teach synchronously and asynchronously as well as in person, face-to-face. Students can access learning content to prepare for their learning. After class, students may use the app to complete comprehension tests. Microsoft Teams may also be used after class to reinforce concepts. Teamwork affects community learning and collaboration. According to Alsamira and Saeed, Microsoft Teams is ideal for document sharing and collaborative learning. Students may work together on interactive documents. They also communicate and answer polls. Microsoft Teams allows students to study independently. Students become more engaged and vocal as they feel comfortable within the virtual arena, allowing them to take more chances and to improve their critical thinking skills. In conclusion, since students have greater access to technology today, educators must give them more opportunities to participate and contribute in a learning environment where education is easily available and adapted to the requirements and learning styles of all learners to nurture their growth. Microsoft Teams lets students collaborate, engage, and communicate their ideas. In doing so, students hone their 21st century skills, enabling them to become creators and innovators in this technological era. Thank you for listening.